Before we begin, thank you very much to Trenton S. for joining the Patreon campaign over at patreon.com/TJOmega. Please don't skip over this intro part. These people are very important because these people I shout out are the reason I am able to keep making videos for everybody. And everyone who does so, everyone who contributes even a little bit is making sure that happens. So thank you guys very much for your support. Okay, so today I'm getting a little bit of curiosity out of the way. So these things have been sitting at Big Bad Toy Store forever. These are tiny little candy toy model kits from all the way back. I believe these are like vintage. I believe these are completely like original Transformer thing. Not entirely sure because there's like literally like nothing on it to indicate that whatsoever. There's no year printed on it, no nothing. So I don't know if this is like a retro throwback thing, but Big Bad's had a ton of them for a long time. They're on sale for like dirt cheap. So hey, let's actually crack into them and actually see what they're about. So as far as I know, these are the oldest Transformer model kits you can get. They're super tiny. You have to assemble them. There's no actual transformation to them. They're all part form. Take it apart, put it back together. So you see the artwork on the box. It's actually nice. Like it's actually like the old school artwork, the classic floating in space battle scene between Autobots and Decepticons. Little tiny G1 Prime and Megatron in the corner. Megatron up here as well, who does not appear in this lineup. Or maybe he does, and I just don't have the right ones because they get a little bit weird here. So if you look on the back, you can see we see the assortment of 4 that come in this set: Optimus, Sideswipe, Prowl, and Starscream. They are numbered 1, 4, 9, and 22. I'm going to assume that is based on their actual serial numbers and not just the fact that like there's like a 2 and a 3 in between Prime and Sideswipe that I just don't have. Oh, I was going to point out real quick, 70 yen, which in 1984, if I did my math right, is about 50 cents that you would pay for one of these things. As you'll find out, they're probably worth that today. So let's crack this open. We'll actually see what we got here. So this one is Optimus Prime, or Convoy, because they are numbered on the box. Oh no. Oh no. This might be a problem. So these come in a variety of colors. It was actually completely random which colors you get, and they do have a wide selection. I had one previously. I had a Prowl previously who was in like a baby blue color. I know the shots that Big Bad had showed Starscream in yellow, all this. So this might have been a bad example. Oh my god, I was actually like thinking in my head because this particular plastic has a problem. Let me see, because a little bit of this is sprued. Oh yeah. Watch this. See how easy that took? That took no, yeah, that takes absolutely no trimming. That takes no force whatsoever. All right, let me see. I won't be able to like transform Optimus like this, but let's see if I can at least assemble him without anything going horribly wrong. Yeah, this teal plastic for these. Okay, so let's admit, for 50 cents back in the day, even in 1984, you knew you were not getting quality. You knew what you were getting was not going to stand up. So, yeah, this is not a surprising turn of events. Let me get a little bit of mold flash off. I don't need a trimmer for it. I can use my thumbnail. That's sad. Crack. There are little instructions that come with it, by the way. So, it's just one little piece of wax paper with some various assembly instructions for every single version you could get. So that's a nice little cost-cutting thing back then. And then you get the piece of gum, which back then was probably half the value. I would not eat it. You could not pay me enough. No, that is dangerous. I was looking to see if there was a copyright date on the gum. There's definitely no expiration date. Alright, so how do I assemble Prime? Let's see if I can actually get him assembled without anything coming apart. Doesn't even look like there's a place for his head to store in the vehicle mode. It just sits on top like Energon Ironhide. God, it's not the clearest thing in the world, unfortunately. So let me get last of the mold sprue off. These are the feet, which you gotta apparently plug in sideways. I see how that works. All right. Moment of truth time. I have to actually assemble these without anything breaking. Okay. Hopefully there's nothing like too intensive. So we can at least get an idea of what Prime is supposed to look like here. We'll at least get the robot mode displayed if we can. Trying to be very careful on this. Let's see, that's supposed to be an arm. Supposed to be, I say. How does that even attach onto your torso? Instructions again. Because these are, for something so small with so few parts, this is clear as mud. Alright, so we got two halves that connect together, and that locks the head into place. Looks like I have to put the legs on it first. Alright, so like this would be like this piece, and that would go here. Let's see. Yep. Alright, so we got that. That piece is done. Well, part of it's done. And then, is this the right direction? Is this the right direction? Hang on. I need a close-up look here. I can't do this through the viewfinder. Okay, alright, so yeah, that's the right direction. So this is, again, should be the right direction. Okay, plug that in. Prime's head has to go into that little spot. I believe I can close that up and everything else plugs onto it from there. And just hope I can get all three of these pegs into spot without anything snapping on me. Nope. Nope. Both legs gone. Both legs gone. They weren't even in the... How did they break? They weren't even in the assembly process here. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I tried to get Optimus together. I was afraid. I was really afraid Optimus, like, of all the colors, I was really afraid. Like, I left Optimus intentionally unassembled, so he could be, like, the example once we got everything done. It's just, yeah. But I was really worried that I would end up getting one in teal, because that teal is just super fragile. Here, let me get this out of the way. So, hey, guess what? It's a crapshoot whether you get one that actually works. So here's Prowl. I'll go ahead and show you Prowl, because Prowl actually works to some semblance. So yeah, it's this really light shade of pink. You can see he is, fully rendered car. All the details are there. I mean, for the most part, they're all washed out and soft, but they actually exist. It's a little bit more hot pink in person. My camera's making it a little bit more salmony, but he actually works because the plastic is actually a little bit more durable on him. So let me see if I can, at least we'll get him transformed and you can see what this is supposed to do. So go ahead and take all these outer pieces off. And there's like a core piece that you assembled first. And then that's going to be where that's going to be where everything else plugs back into. So if I can get these leg halves off, they are actually plugged in really solidly, like surprisingly so. Here, let me make sure, because I don't want this one to break. I might break this one without it even being fragile. No, man, that's just stuck. Jeez. Do I actually have to get someone to pry this open with? God, I didn't remember this one being problematic last time I owned one. Man. Oh, something gave way. There we go. See, that held up fine. Like that. All right, come on. I just need this one piece off, just so I can show how one transforms. Because I got one more to show. I got one more to show off to transform after this. I don't know if that's gonna work. All right, so that's off now. So if I plug them back in like this, like so, then these pegs. All right, let me get the arms on first. It's gonna be very dumpy. It's gonna be a very dumpy version of Prowl, but you get the idea. Oh, no, come on. How do you work again? Tell me how you work, 40-year-old model kit. Please tell me. All right, hang on. Let me try to just get the torso on first. I want it in these pegs, but it's not gonna fit. So I got to get it into those like that. Yeah, then these just kind of barely fit in. Yeah, pegs are just long enough to reach. Yeah, and that's your Prowl. He's a very squat and dumpy version of Prowl, but he is a functioning Prowl. He does have guns too. Like he gets like his shoulder guns. You can kind of plug one in on the side here. For some reason, the hole on the other side doesn't fit it. But like that's how your Transformer little model kit works. Disassemble, reassemble, super simple and not the most accurate. But you know what? For 50 cents back in the day, yeah, I could see that not being too bad. If you're a hobbyist and wanted to paint that, that'd be amusing to look at the end of the day. So all right, so at least Prowl works. So if you get one in the pink plastic, the Prowl works. Now let's take a look at Starscream, who looks orange on camera. In my real life world, that actually does look salmon to me. So yeah, so there's another weird thing about this one. So first off, it's not a bad little jet. You know, there's a little bit of weirdness to it, but everything seems to be there. Starscream, known for having a ton of parts in the original G1 toy, and yeah, that's same is true on this one. There's a few parts that don't really have anywhere to go. There's a spot under the wings where it looks like the arms could peg in for the null rays, but they stick out a mile and they don't really fit that well. So it's just what it is. Now, the weird thing about this Starscream is it doesn't appear to be molded in this particular color of plastic. It actually seems to be painted from head to toe in this salmon pink. I cut through a little bit. I noticed it when I tried putting it together, and the pegs started rubbing off the coloring as I was trying to put it together. And it just has, like, in person, it just has this different look and this different texture to it that you can see. So, not too different from a real Starscream, by the way. I'm just kind of disassembling everything. Until I can get it into robot mode. I'm going to go ahead and leave. There's more you can do with those, but I'm going to leave it as is. So let's plug the feet back in here. Like so. See, this is where, like... Oh, nope. Didn't break, but I lost the tail fin. Alright, come on, get in. Ah, nope. So the problem with this thing, being completely painted is that there are some pegs that are just way too tight. And it's very hard to actually get them to function and stay on. All right, now can the tail fins please stay on? Can the tail fins please stay on? Just long enough for me to actually get this thing into a robot mode. I can actually see with my eyes. Lay those in. Okay, so at least there's one little element of transformation. Now we actually have to plug things back on. Alright, so we built that. Nope, that fell off. Nope, drop that. This is not going the way I planned it to. So the other fault of these kits is that you have to put the torso together, so if it doesn't line up correctly, which it does not on this Starscream, everything just starts going awry, and you start just losing everything left and right. Let me see if I can actually... Starscream. Here, it's supposed to be the Prime Starscream known for losing his arm, not the G1. So, hang on, let's rearm him. Alright, now, there we go. There's a little Starscream. The wings can fit on the back, too. There's actually, like, dedicated plugs for the wings. Then there's an arm falling off again. You know, considering this thing is coated in paint, I actually wouldn't have thought his parts would be leprosy, but here we are. Alright, so barely holding together, but there is a tiny little salmon pink Starscream for you. I don't think it's any wonder why these were sitting around the store for so long. Even for back in the day, these probably would not have been that good. And then the other one of the set, I did get a set of 4, so I got Sideswipe, but guess what? He's done up in that exact same teal plastic, which means his parts are just... Yeah, I can break it with my bare hands. Like, it's gold plastic levels of just like super fragile. That's actually probably too thick for me to attempt. But like the arm here, like that's like an arm like that. Is just like super easy to break. Yeah, and that's pretty much the rule of these things. So if you're interested, if you're curious about these, good luck, because it is literally just about which color you get. So if you get like the light blue or the pink one there, those work fine. If you get one that's in this weird salmon color that's probably painted all the way through, you're probably going to be in for a bad time because nothing really fits that well. And if you get a teal one, well, yeah, that's your fate. So, I hope this saves people from their curiosity. This is about $10 plus shipping down the drain is what this is. So this is why I make videos, to kind of compensate for what I've lost on this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're curious about these, I hope the curiosity was sated. I would say, yeah, there's good reason they've sat around forever. Don't even on a curiosity, because you could turn out with one of these super cheap, super fragile ones. Like, just for the sake of that, I would say don't go after these, just because it's just way too much of a gamble. If you can find like an open kit or something, someone's opened the box but not assembled the kit on eBay or something, and you can see that you're not getting teal, go for it. If not, avoid. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.